Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony. Today is Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. Today is actually our last average frost date, and looking at our extended forecast, doesn't look like we're going to have another frost this year. Our actual last frost was on March 21st, and so that's well behind us. Well, yesterday we had some heavy winds through the area all day. Fortunately, no major damage except for to our little temporary greenhouse here. It couldn't take the winds. I think we had sustained winds all day for right around 20 to 25 mile an hour, and then there was gusts in the 40 to 50 mile an hour range, and the greenhouse just couldn't hold up to that, so the edge of it here is crushed in. But fortunately, like I said, it looks like spring is here, so we don't have to worry about protecting any of our trees until next winter as far as from the cold. And so anyway, let's take a look. We're gonna walk around the garden, and I'll show you what happened to the greenhouse, and we'll go ahead and look at our garden beds and just do a quick walk around. Okay friends, so as you can see, it's a nice sunny day now. From this edge of the greenhouse, everything doesn't look too bad, but when you get around the other side, you'll see what I was talking about. Let's just take a quick look at the garden beds though. So here is our garden bed with our cabbages still growing. Looks like we got a couple of heads that are about ready to be harvested, and we got one right over here that's clearly bolted. We've harvested a couple of decent cabbage heads. They weren't big, but they tasted nice. So here, let's look at this one up a little bit closer. You can see it has bolted. It never even tried to form a head. It just went straight. We had a lot of crazy up and down weather, and it just didn't care for that, so it bolted. But this one right down here, so here we harvested one from there, but this one right down here, it's looking pretty nice. Let me reach in there and show you. That's a nice solid head right there. And then this one down here don't look too bad either. It's a different type. Right here, pretty nice. Anyway, and then our other two garden beds don't have anything in them, but as you can see, we've actually topped them all off with some compost, and they're ready to be planted. And since we're past our last average frost date, or today is it, we're gonna get started doing that very shortly. So let's walk around and see what we got going on over here. So here from this angle, you can see it's crushed in over here on this end, and we'll walk around there and take a closer look. So when the edge lifted up, a couple of my plants that were on the ground in there were exposed, so I took them out and put them inside this raised bed just for temporary. But as you can see, I actually had it strapped down to that block, and then on this end to that block, and it still managed to lift it up. And then on this corner, it just completely buckled it. So we'll walk up here and I'll unzip it, and we'll see what it looks like inside. I actually looked through the little window, but I have not unzipped it, so hopefully nothing was damaged. I'm having a little trouble with that zipper. Let's see if I can get it done. All right, there we go. So let's see what's happening inside. So, as you can see, my low quad is bent over, so I got to get that out of there now. And I'm gonna lift that side up. It actually was staked in the ground there. So lifting that up, actually pretty much, for the most part, fixes things. I can see that I must have still had something on the shelf in here, so it's been slung out. But anyway, let me pause the video so I can prop this up. Okay, I got things stood back up a little bit here. Certainly things could have turned out much worse. My loquat stood back up and it doesn't seem to be all that much worse for wear. You see right down here, that snapped in two. There was a stake in the ground right there and it got pulled up. It was in the ground to about right there and it just got snatched right out of the ground. And everything up here had already buckled from a previous storm, so it has some tape on it and everything just folded in here. But overall, this could have been a whole lot worse. Here's all my peppers and tomatoes down here, and I don't look like anything actually got totally damaged. Some things got bent a little bit, but they'll come back from that. And then over here, my trees, they all are fine. Matter of fact, if you look way back in there, you'll see a key lime. The one lone key lime back there on that tree. Speaking of key limes, let's go around over here and I'll show you something. I was at Home Depot the other day and they had citrus trees, so I ended up buying another key lime. That's a thornless key lime right there. And then over here, this is a Rio Red grapefruit. So got a couple more citrus trees. Those were grafted and they were actually $60 each. They had some that were a little bit smaller that looked like they were rooted cuttings and they were $30. But I went ahead and went with the grafted ones. And then if you look over here, potato buckets, they're still going pretty good. And I got some lettuce planted in grow bags. And then over here, our blueberries, they're actually in these little tiny pots, are still growing some blueberries right there. See? Oh, down here, this actually survived our power outage we had back in around Christmas Eve. That's a Meyer lemon cutting that I had rooted, and you see that one side died off, but it's coming back, so it wants to survive. And all our fig trees and a couple apple trees over here, everything is ready for spring. So am I. So anyway, with that, I'm gonna say thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, and share, and enjoy your day.